Welcome to this tutorial on a basic way to go through and vector up a simple image. Today we're going to do a light coloured snowflake. What I like to do before actually doing everything else is set up my workspace. So basically this is the standard workspace for FlexiSign Pro 8.1, but I tend to prefer to go over and use the 7 workspace. I find it a lot easier to see and maneuver around, as this is the one I was shown when I was first learning. What I suggest is you go to your view and you go to turn on your Design Central and your fill editor, which as you can see are over here that I've already put up. Now what else we need to do is it is a good idea to go through and get your toolbars that you use quite a lot of the time. I find this helps because I can go very quickly across to where I need to, and I'm not going through the menu bars all the times. It does help, and if it's set up to your own way, it makes it a lot quicker. So I'll just go through and do that, and then we'll get started. Okay, we'll just put these up so we know where they are for future reference. Own personal preference on where you want to put your toolbars, but this is the way I do it for myself. Okay, today's vector is a little snowflake, which I've gone through and blown up. We'll just zoom out. Okay, basically the way we want to start with is knowing what we're working with. This is a Jpeg. JPEGs are made up of thousands of different pixels, as you can see, many different colours, giving us the image we see there. Very rough and hard to vector. Vector is converting it across to a usable image for the cutter to go through and use. So first things first, you have to understand that Flexi does not like light colours or light greys or any colour that might not be detected. So first things first, we're going to change the colour. So go over to here, which is our Bitmap toolbar. We're going to change this tolerance in the Design Central. We'll change that to 50. That gives us more of a better coverage. And then it's just a simple press down and go through. As you can see, yes, it hasn't gone through and done all of the pixels. You could sit there and individually go through and do them all, but what I suggest is you leave it at this way and you can fix it up later. I'll show you how to do that very briefly. So now we have this here. Most people, when they're vectoring, like to go to Bitmap, Vector and Auto Trace for a Jpeg. I do that very rarely if I can't get it the way I like it, but normally I go to enhance curves because it gives me a nice carbon copy finish all the time with a lot less mucking around to do with later on, especially if you're on a deadline. Then this is a great idea. So we go to Vectorize, enhance curves, and we vector. It has worked because you can see the difference between the two. Oops. You've got to grab it all. So I'll just shrink this down so more user friendly. And if we bring up the original image here on the screen, that's fairly close. If we zoom in, we can see that there are a few curves and skew width lines. Basically, you go to this path edit toolbar that we set down here earlier. It's to go through and make some really nice clean images from the distortion. Let me show you what I mean. What we need to do is go through and take out the fill so we know what we're doing. As we can see, this line here is not straight. So we just click and drag bar across, and that will give us the nodes, because nodes are what the computer actually sends to the machine to know where it cuts. And if we just go to here, you can see that there's many different nodes, but for the time being we'll just go through and do this one. Okay, and all we simply do is delete, and then you'll find that you can go through and click and hold down with this tool and go through and change it so it's all a straight line. I noticed over here it's the same thing. So basically what we're doing is taking out the nodes that are making this skew width and cleaning it up a little. Now you can be as picky or finicky as you like to, but for this exercise it's just a general overview of showing you how to go through and do some simple vectoring for an image. Okay, now that we've done all of that, we go through and highlight it, and we pick the colour. Oh, thereabouts, close enough. We'll just move this around. So, what I suggest is you also go up to your grouping and you group that so you don't lose all your pieces. So this is the image we started with right here. Just to recap, we went through and coloured it because Flexi doesn't like colours when it's vectorizing. So make sure you've got nice clear dark lines for the vectorizing process to take hold. Once it's vectored, you'll end up getting something like this. And as I said, you can go in and change the nodes, which is the points that need to be done for the machine to recognize the image, and then change the color. And then all we need to do is go through, highlight that, and go over to our cut and plot tab and go through that and just cut out the image. Hopefully that this has been a good tutorial. Please feel free to leave a comment or two. If there's anything I can help with, please feel free to email me or leave a comment. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you next time.